And I have to say that my experience with my port going in was a lot more crazy and chaotic than my experience with my port coming out. Thank God. I'm so thankful that I'm just out of my bed and sitting up and actually have earrings and makeup on today, because that was not the case. When the port went in, I was so sore and I was a complete mess for about 8 days after the surgery, after the placement. It took me forever to just feel like I could even move my arm. From what my doctor has explained, I have a really, he calls it weird anatomy. Imagine that. And so when they went in to do the port, you know, to put it in, it was really complicated because it was hard to get it put into place in that small of a space. So there was a lot of pulling on my arm and just maneuvering, trying to get the port in place, which left me with my arm out of socket when I woke up and a whole lot of pain. They told me that it probably would never work properly to draw blood, and it didn't. It never was something that I could use to do blood draws. It did work for my chemo treatments, which I was very thankful for that. It just wasn't comfortable. It wasn't like I had it put in and I could forget about it, because every time anything touched it or was around it, it was a problem. So I didn't really like my port. I was just anti-port the whole time. That doesn't mean I wasn't thankful that it was there for the chemo treatments, because it saved my veins, and at least I didn't have to have, you know, a PICC line. Couldn't wait to get it out. Now that it's out, I'm just so thankful. It's so nice to just not have a physical reminder of what happened. As silly as that may sound, it was something that every day I would look in the mirror and I would see this protrusion and I would think, I don't want this here. I wish this was gone. So now that it's gone, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to try to move on the best I can with other things and focus on, you know, other stuff. I can now sleep on my left side. I can, you know, not worry about putting a pillow on my seatbelt and constantly trying to make myself comfortable on my left side. I hope that I just can, you know, be like normal and and not have to be so considerate and always mindful of the left side of my body, which is how I felt the whole time I was in treatment. If you have any recommendations for things that worked when you had a port, leave them below. I mean, I think that it's really important. Like I said, I had a little pillow. I'm sure there's other tricks to having a port, and I think that's important. I think it's fun to share those ideas. So leave them below, and thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.